Hey guys, it's Kimise and I'm back for another Wizard101 tips, and today we're going to be talking about pets, especially for new wizards, but these are actually really great tips even if you had a wizard for a long time. So let's get started. Tip number one, new to pets, start with a starter pet. The starter pet quest, I'm sorry. The first pet you get is a great start. It has an attack ability, so you can use that. These are called will cast abilities. And as long as you keep his energy up by feeding him pet snacks, he's very useful. In fact, early on in the game, this can be a great little extra spell that you have that does pretty decent. Now, this is a great place to start when you get to try to get a hang of a pet, because pets have stats that are based on your pet's pedigree and can be improved with breeding and training. Pets' abilities are revealed as you train them up through each stage of your pet from teen to mega. Use this first pet to at least get them to adults so you have a pet to breed with in case you are wanting something just a little bit different. Okay guys, here we go. Tip number two. Every time you get your energy full, go and train that pet. There's a few things to be aware of when you're training. There are several training games. You can vary the training and try different games. I personally pick one game and do the best at, so I can get the highest level experience each time, because if I'm going to play the game, I want to get the top level experience. I don't want to get like a low level of experience. And some games are easier and some games are harder depending on what you like to play. So pick one that you like. That's what I personally do. Feed your pet every time you train. This helps speed up the XP and the abilities. The stats get better every time you feed them, and the different snacks will give you different ability boosts, so you can focus on different stats depending on what you want to maximize, which stats you want to maximize during each round. Here's tip number three. Okay, let's talk snacks. Snacks are a huge, important part of training your pets, because the snacks allow you to, one, get that pet trained up with the right amount of stats you're looking for. It speeds up the training process because it adds experience to every time you train. Not to mention, the snacks are important when you're not training, because that also builds up the energy for your pet if you're using will cast abilities, or if you want to change into your pet and run around as your pet in pet mode, right? Now, the deal early in the game is you just got to buy the best snacks you can afford. So for instance, usually the bazaar is a great place to go for that. Go ahead and take a look and see what's at the bazaar. Are you going to find mega snacks in the bazaar? Nah, probably not. But you can get some higher level snacks which will increase the rate you can train your pet, especially from going to teen to adult, so that you can get that pet in breeding position as soon as possible. Tip number four. Okay. Tip number four. If you're serious about this, you should probably also start farming. Farming quests are really, really important because they allow you to get some farming seeds that will help you get mega snacks. If you're going to be serious about getting the best pets you can, and you don't want to spend crowns to buy mega snacks to upgrade these pets, or grind Zafaria a lot, because that's a place where you can get some pretty good snacks from, then you got to do some farming. And couch potatoes are your friend here. Why do you want to farm couch potatoes? Because there's a few benefits. One, they always drop a seed. So every time you farm them at Elder, they drop a seed. So you always have a new seed to start over again. Not all seeds do that. Two, they drop mega snacks every time you farm them at Elder. Now, this maybe goes slow going at first, but once you get a plot going, even if it's just a basic single plot of 12, the mega snacks start adding up, and after a period of time, now when you're ready to train that new pet and see if you can get them all the way up to mega with all the abilities you want, you'll have enough snacks to make this process go a lot quicker. Here we go. Tip number five, gold. Yep, gold. So one thing King's Isle did a little while ago is that they raised the price to train your pets. That's great, because then you don't see a whole lot of level 1 guys running around with super advanced pets because it was cheap to do them. It actually raises the bar so that, if you're a beginning wizard, you got to start with beginning pets to begin with. But you need gold to actually breed those pets. So here's some tips. One, once you get to Wintertusk, there's some really great spots where you can farm gold fairly effectively by defeating mobs and getting good trade-in gear at the bazaar. But prior to that, well, Probably the best advice I can give you is find stuff that you don't need and sell it, or find a place where some mobs drop decent gear that you can farm them over and over and over again and sell that gear at the bazaar or at other places to get that gold. Gold's a tough one early on, but it can be defeated. You can take advantage of it if you have the patience. Tip number 6: decide your play style. What do you want your pet to do? Because the pet abilities vary greatly. Some damage-prone people just want to have an extra blade card, and there's lots of great pets for that. And having an extra blade card, I'll tell you what, can really help you defeat those monsters a little bit quicker. But you might want to focus on the pet abilities, because that's where it really gets spicy. One, you can train your pet to be a damage boost, where it gives you plenty of damage for your school or for a couple schools if you're playing dual school. Or you can train your pet to be a healing god, where it has lots of Maycast and it's going to be able to cast healing spells at random, which I'll tell you what, says save my bacon more than one time in a fight. You also might just want to train your pet up with tons of resist so that you can take a lot less damage on every hit. Almost make yourself undefeatable. That could be very useful in PvP. So decide what your focus is on the abilities and find a pet and train with that in mind. Tip number 7: the pet kiosk. The pet kiosk has a huge variety of pets with a variety of different things you should be looking at when you're selecting. So once you decide what type of pet, here's what you're looking for. One, sort the pets through school, because that's usually the best way to get the abilities that you're looking for pretty quickly. 2, as you're looking through each pets, look for 3 things. Look for the cards they're going to give you, because if you're going to train a pet, might as well get the cards that you want. Okay. Obviously, if it's a particular type of pet, you're looking for that as well. Look for the abilities, because each pet's, even ones that have a variety that are all the same pet, there's lots of varieties of different abilities in them. So find the pet that has the abilities you want, whether it's Maycast, whether it's damage, whether it's defense, or any other variety of different abilities you might want. Also, don't forget to look at the stats. Okay, different pedigrees has higher level stats. Higher level stats can give you higher damage boosts or a more consistency to the Maycasts. So be aware of the stats and what the highest their stats can go to, and breed with the pet that meets your needs the best. Okay, tip number 8: make a seed pet for breeding. You're thinking, I've never heard of this. Well, this is a really great way to do it, because part of the trouble with breeding pets is that you're trying to breed a pet that's going to have the abilities that you want. And if you have a pet that you're using that's, say, trained up at thing, and it has like an accuracy ability that you really don't want in your final pet, well, if that's the pet you're using to breed with, a lot of times those abilities will go along with that pet until you get the mix that you want, and you could have a pet fail quite often for you with that ability that you're not really wanting. A way to help you reduce this is to get a entry-level pet. You can buy these at the Pet Pavilion, and go ahead and train them up to adult. And you might need to repeat this process a few different times to get the abilities you want at the adult level. And once you've weeded out the abilities you don't want by getting the seed pet up, then start taking this pet to breed with the pet you want at the kiosk, and that gives you a much higher chance of getting the abilities you want quicker. It does take a little bit of time. It does take a little bit of patience, but it's probably the best route to get the abilities you're looking for. So here's tip number 9. Get the pet you want. Yeah, look around. Observe. The pet kiosk is great, but you might find that the pet you really want is owned by another wizard. What's great about card pets and such like that is if you can find a wizard willing to train with you, you don't have to go through purchasing pets off of the Crown Shop or anything. You can find another wizard and actually breed with them, and hopefully get the pet that you're looking for, the stats you're looking for. Remember, this is fun stuff, so go have some fun with it. Just don't breed totally for damage or some of those abilities. You can always do that afterwards once you get the pet that you like. Like, I remember getting this owl pet for my wizard, my ice wizard, and I absolutely loved it because it looks so good. So what do? I use that pet to breed for the types of abilities I'm looking for in other pets. It does take a little bit more time that way, but sometimes you want to get that look and you want to get that perfect pet. So take your time, have some fun, and get what you're looking for. Tip number 10. As you progress your wizards, leverage your older wizards. Yep. So after you play long enough, you're probably going to start another wizard. You're probably going to start a different school. You're probably going to start somebody that's already done some of these things. Well, leverage that ability. Like, for instance, I have one wizard. That's all he does is he farms couch potatoes. He has so many mega snacks. And guess what you can do between wizards? You can share snacks. Yes, that's right. You can have one wizard farming tons of snacks and sharing them with other wizards so that they can get their pet up quicker. Or they can share pets that you might not have on other wizards. Like maybe you found a special drop. Like for instance not in Crocotopia, in Dragonspire, there's this one guy that drops a particular fire serpent, which is great. It's a special drop pet. Well, I went ahead and shared him with my fire wizard, so he can have that special drop pet without me having to farm it for my fire wizard. Also, you can share gear that you don't need from other wizards so that you can help get that gold for that wizard who's really trying to get the pet he wants, especially if it's a lower level wizard trying to get there. So leverage the other wizards you have. It can help make things go quick. Thanks a lot, guys. This is Kimise. I hope you have a great day. Enjoy yourselves and get those pets you want.